Good morning, my darlings, and welcome to a brand new vlog. I'm starting here in our little entranceway area because firstly, it feels quite autumnal with all the paneling all around us, all the brown tones very much going with my outfit today. It is, sorry, you can hear Charlie rustling because we're going to start today's vlog with some very exciting unboxings. We have, you might be able to see a few bits and bobs on the table behind me, but what you probably can't see right now is this ginormous box just here. We're going to be doing a big unboxing for you in a second. It is Saturday today. Charlie and I had a fairly late night last night actually. Charlie's brother George and his girlfriend Petra bought Charlie last year tickets to see Ricky Gervais.
I think it was 2 years ago.
2 years ago, my goodness.
Because that's why he made such a big deal at the end of the show to say thank you for your patience, etc. Well,
either way, the tickets were bought a long time ago to see Ricky Gervais live at the Palladium. So we went there, we had dinner with George and Petra, and then got the train back, which was really, really lovely. We had a bit of a line this morning. Well, gosh.
It was spectacular though, wasn't it?
It was a great performance.
Neither you or I are people that particularly love to see, or would choose to go and see a live comedy performance.
Yeah.
But obviously Ricky don't get any better than Ricky Gervais.
No, he was amazing.
And he's a hero of mine, just in terms of like the shows that he's done. And it did feel quite surreal to be...
Was that his first show back?
No, I think he had one the night before, but I don't know if that was like a friends and family and press event, I think.
I see.
So I think that was the first night for normal customers.
Right.
But it was one of those things where there's only 2,000 people in there.
Yeah.
So you'll feel so close to him.
It was very intimate.
Like football or rugby and there's like 80,000.
It was very intimate. So it's Saturday today. Charlie and I have an unexpectedly free day today, which we're both actually very grateful for. We've had a very busy week with the launch of Store Top Cottage, and we just plan on doing lots of things today that we have potentially been putting off for quite a while and just catching up with lots at the house. But let me show you some of the bits that I am going to be unboxing this morning. So something very exciting that Charlie has ordered over there. And I have not made myself a morning coffee yet. I have made myself a morning smoothie. That is a bit of a hint as to what this might be. I have my very first, and literally it doesn't get any better than this, first and the best, Christmas advent calendar, which I am gonna open a little bit with you because we all know that Christmas advent calendars, they sell out so quickly, and it's always, I always get so many questions as to which one is the best, and every year I just say Elemis. Elemis is the best one. So I'm going to show you a little bit more about the number 25 Christmas advent calendar from Elemis, and then I also wanted to add some more autumnal touches to the house. So a little while ago I went on a bit of a shopping spree of small local brands, or not necessarily local, small independent brands, and wanted to pick up some autumnal house touches from smaller companies, and I found this company. They're called Hops and Blooms, and I found this on Etsy, and it is an autumnal wreath, and the plan is, hello sausage!
You see, we're just done like hearing your voices in the other.
No, we get serious FOMO, we do. We get serious FOMO. You're lovely. Yeah, so I was thinking we might replace the wreath that's currently on the stone wall above the Arga with something a bit more autumnal. So let's start by having a little look at this. And here it is. This is the wreath that I ordered from Hops and Blooms, and it is this really lovely, I think this is this a kind of pampas? I'm pretty sure it is, or like some kind of wheat woven into this lovely circle, which I thought looked so autumnal but still really natural, and it's going to, and hopefully this is going to look really beautiful above the Arga. It's got some, I think they call these bunny's tails, little bits in there, some dried flowers. Really love the tones of this one. I have actually ordered 2 wreaths. The second one hasn't arrived yet, but I think this is the one that I'd earmarked for above the Arga, so I will pop that into position later. We can see how it looks. Okay, I thought I would come and sit down in the drawing room. If you're thinking I look a little bit strange, by the way, I'm only really noticing it now in the viewfinder, but I got a bit experimental this morning with some more intense autumnal makeup, and I don't know why I chose a really relaxed Saturday morning to do this, but I got carried away with a new eyeshadow palette, and I basically experimented with using a darker brown along my lash line, and I took it underneath as well, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't really think it suits me, so I apologise for my very strange makeup. In fact, I might go and take it off in a second because it really doesn't feel quite right for a cozy Saturday at home. Okay, I just had to come upstairs and take it off because, you know, when you just don't feel like yourself, I felt like a Halloween version of myself, and as much as I love autumn, not so much of a Halloween gal. So I have just used a bit of micellar water to try and take some of that crazy eye makeup off, but you know, like after a night out and you still have a little bit ingrained in your lashes. Never mind, never mind. So, I would like to unbox a little bit of a spoiler here. I'm going to open up a few of the doors in the Elemis number 25, the home of British skincare Christmas advent calendar. So this, when this video goes out, should be live. I would not hang around because the best ones, the best Christmas advent calendars always sell out, and that is why I'm talking about it in September, even though it seems a little bit crazy. So a few top level things about this. Obviously, I'm sure you guys all know Elemis. I talk about Elemis a lot. A lot of my skincare routine is Elemis. It is a very luxurious British skincare brand with their roots in aromatherapy and products that make you feel amazing when you're using them. They are a spa brand as well. You can go to the House of Elemis and experience massages, facials, lots of different treatments, as well as lots of other spas, and then bring that pampering experience home with massage oils, moisturizers, serums. But they also have so many different ranges. You have all probably heard of and love the Pro Collagen range, which is iconic, such a favorite in my skincare routine and so many of my friends and family. It is a premium priced skincare range, which does make this a real treat, something extra special to open every single day throughout December, a really lovely thing to gift someone as well. I know a few friends who drop hints to their husbands as to which beauty advent calendar they want that year, and girls, we have to start dropping those hints now because, yeah. This will not hang around for too long. This year, as you might be able to tell, not typical advent calendar look to it. It is in fact 3 tins, and Elemis wanted to be a lot more sustainable in their approach to their 2021 advent calendar. So everything within this is reusable. There's no crazy big cardboard box that you need to find a way of disposing of, and if like me you just love to reuse things, there's lots of elements of this which can be reused for distributing Christmas cookies or storing your spices, storing your skincare. The possibilities are endless. So yes, Elemis is a very luxurious skincare brand, a real treat to try out the products. This is a great way of trying out some that maybe you've never tried before, seeing how they work with your skincare routine, and also just experiencing more from the brand if you are already a huge Elemis lover. The price of this calendar this year is £175, and the products within this are worth over £400, and I have it on good, what's the expression? I have it on good order? Good word? Basically, I know for a fact that there is a full-size Pro Collagen Marine Cream in here, which by itself retails for £87, and that is one of those products that is an iconic Elemis product that is a staple part in so many people's skincare routines. That by itself makes this incredible value. So I don't know about you, but I can't wait to have a little look inside. Beautiful packaging, which is very in line with the new Elemis boutiques. I have visited their boutique in Harrods and also now their store in Bicester Village. You may have seen that vlog, and they have gone down this route where it kind of reminds me of a mixture between a London phone box and number 10 Downing Street, but I really love this very British style that they're going for. And then we have these 3 tins. This is literally my first time. I've not had a proper little look in here yet. Ooh, okay, so the tins come apart. Oh my gosh, this is fantastic. And then, oh wow, you could stack it all up, or you could lay them all out, and then you'll be able to see the numbers a little bit more clearly. Look how beautiful this is. So I don't know if they've officially collaborated with William Morris, but they have gone down a real William Morris vibe for a lot of their new store layouts, and you can kind of get that vibe here as well. I mean, look at that gorgeous pattern. I would love this as a fabric or a wallpaper. I have a sneaky feeling that the full-size product is behind day number 25. I mean, look at that. Do you remember back in the day when advent calendars, you would just get these little mini like sachets of products, or a sheet of stickers? And now you literally get a face cream that's worth nearly £100 behind your Christmas Day door. Hydrating face cream, if you are, I would say anywhere from your mid-20s, I would say is a good time to start using the Pro Collagen range, and you're just thinking, you know, I need to start thinking about anti-aging, taking care of my skin and giving it all the goodness that it needs to continue to be glowing, prevent those little fine lines and wrinkles from appearing. Or maybe you are more mature and you just want to give your skin all the goodness that it needs to really target those signs of aging. Then the Pro Collagen range, I feel like the Pro Collagen range is at a point where you don't even need to like talk about it anymore. Everyone just knows how good it is. It's so iconic. So that is what you'll be treated to behind day number 25 on Christmas Day. Let's have a little look behind door number 21, because I'm really intrigued by this big door-shaped door. Gosh, another huge one. Oh my goodness. So this is their Sea Lavender and Samphire bath and shower milk in a really good size. Is it 100ml? Yeah, 100ml. So if you do have a little vacation planned, you can take this in your luggage. If you are doing hand luggage only, that's going to fit in there. Skin smoothing bath and shower milk. Now I don't actually think I've tried this exact scent before. Oh my gosh. This smells like Charlie's mum's bathroom. I'm pretty sure she has this either as a bath wash, bath milk, or a hand wash, because that smells exactly like Charlie's mum's bathroom. But the Elemis bath and shower milks, there's something about the ingredients in it that really soften your skin while you're in the bath. So a really good excuse to spend hours in the bath at this time of year. What a nice treat throughout December. Okay, I'm going to leave that one. That is so beautiful. Another gorgeous little tray here. My lucky number is number 15, so let's have a look. One of my favourites behind door number 15. This is the Superfood AHA Glow Cleansing Butter. Again, a really, really good size, enough for you to really understand whether you truly love the product and want to repurchase it, or even if you've already got it and it's already part of your routine, as I said, just popping it in your travel bag. This cleansing butter, again, Elemis, iconic for their cleansing balms, the Rose Collagen Cleansing Balm. They once did a neroli version, just the most heavenly, luxurious feeling cleansing balms to take your makeup off at the end of the day. Or actually, in my case, I use it as my second cleanse once the makeup is already gone, so I can get all the skincare benefits. But anyway, so this is the Pumpkin Glow Facial Cleanser, and because it's got those AHA ingredients in it, it also nibbles away at those little dead skin cells, leaving your skin so radiant and glowing. I'm a huge fan of this. I actually need to repurchase the full size of this. What I like to do is, when I'm about to get in the shower, I'll actually pop this on as a mask and leave it on my skin for maybe 3 to 5 minutes, just while I'm like preparing myself for my shower, and then I'll massage it off when I'm in the shower. That's just my routine. And then I'll use the traditional Pro Collagen cleansing balms in the evening. Oh my gosh, I could quite literally sit here and open all of them, but I don't want to spoil the surprise. Ooh, for those of you, how do we get in here, that will be lucky enough to get your hands on this. We have got a beautiful blue for the top layer. What's behind door number 9? Oh, you've got a flannel in here as well, and a little mini of the Pro Collagen Cleansing Balm. I have actually just finished my travel size because I took it with me to Norfolk and when we stayed at the cottage, so that is a very handy trial. And if you've heard people like me rambling on and on about how good it is and you wanted to try it, a size like this will just give you such a good idea of how it feels, how your skin likes it, and then maybe you'll want to purchase a full size, or, well, to be honest, you'll be opening that on the 9th of December, so you've got enough time to try it out and then add it to your Christmas list. Or if you're going last minute Christmas shopping at Bicester, then you could pick one up there as well. So you get 25 skincare and body essentials. I've just realised this is designed almost like the Georgian architecture, the Georgian house that Elemis are doing for their new branding. Very clever, so good that it's reusable, and this is going to be available exclusively on elemis.com, so I will leave this linked down below. As I've said, don't hang around because the best ones always sell out. So thank you, Elemis, for letting me share this with my audience so early. I really hope that lots of you are going to be able to get it and experience your most radiant and pampered Christmas yet, which don't we all deserve after another Crazy year. Right, well I can hear Charlie clattering around to the kitchen, so I guess he's finished unboxing his very exciting home delivery. So let's go downstairs and I'll explain the kind of battle that is about to commence in the kitchen. Okay, the hair is up, which means things are about to get serious. So I'm down here in the kitchen and Charlie has undone his delivery, and as you might be able to guess, it is a new coffee machine. But this morning we have not one but two new coffee machines to put to the test, and the one that Charlie has ordered, he will, I'm sure, tell you all about it in a second. Meant to be the best at-home coffee machine that you can possibly get. As we all know, our Charlie does love a coffee and has been known to be a little bit of a coffee snob. He'll be the first to admit it. Now don't get me wrong, I love a really good cup of coffee as well, but I actually sometimes find that the fancier coffee machines, I just find it a little bit bitter. Now I have an oat milk latte, that is my coffee, and I know what I like. I don't like it to be too bitter, I like it to be creamy, I like it to be fairly sweet, and I'm not gonna lie, I have always just loved the India capsule from our Nespresso machine, so I'm always a little bit hesitant when it comes to spending a lot of money on a coffee machine, and the one that Charlie has ordered, it is a lot of money. It is in fact probably around 10 times more expensive than the coffee machine that I have ordered. So yes, it is gonna be a little bit of a battle this morning. I would like to do a blind taste test because it would just be brilliant, in my opinion, if Charlie actually prefers the taste of the far more affordable coffee machine. I'm gonna let Charlie introduce his coffee machine in a second, but meanwhile, I am going to unbox my coffee machine. And no, we're obviously not going to keep both in this kitchen. Luckily we have a cottage to furnish, and I think we're going to upgrade the coffee machine there, so don't worry, no coffee machines will be going to waste. My coffee machine is this one here. Now this is the Nespresso Virtuo Next. I think that's what it's called, and I think that this might actually be like a package deal. I will leave it linked down below. I'll leave both of them linked down below, because this comes with, I think it comes, I don't think that's a frother, I think that's a travel keepy warmy cup, which is very useful, and 12 capsules. Now Nespresso have also very kindly sent loads of capsules, some of which I've never heard of before. Hazelino muffin from the barista collections. That sounds amazing. So Charlie is down from his shower and has been watching a few YouTube videos to set up the machine. Do you want to introduce your...
So this is the new baby. It's from a brand called La Marzocco, which a lot of you might be familiar with, or you might not have noticed, but you will now notice this sort of iconic logo and the shape of the machine in most good coffee shops.
Yeah.
To be honest, I think it's the Rolls Royce of coffee machines.
Yeah.
So there's La Marzocco, and there's also a brand called Slayer, and I think they're like the two leading coffee machines in any decent coffee house.
Yeah.
This is the mini version, so it's called the La Marzocco. Is it Linear Mini? Mm-hmm. And yeah, this is obviously in no way sponsored. We purchased this. It's been something that we've been thinking about. Now, obviously, first and foremost, one of the reasons we wanted a new coffee machine is we're rejigging the whole kitchen, aren't we? We're doing a bit of a, what would you call, a glow up. Love this kitchen, but there's certain things that we want to change, more for putting our own personal touch on the kitchen, whether that be re-enameling the Aga, new tiles behind here. And this is kind of, we bought this early on in the process, but really we wanted a coffee machine that looks really lovely on the counter.
Yeah.
We are going to be tidying these wires up, and we are going to be getting a new grinder at some point, but we just couldn't really justify buying a new grinder at the same time as this, right?
So what makes this machine so special?
Obviously, first and foremost, it's amazing at making coffee. Now, I only drink double espressos or espressos in general, and I think it would be said to, I'm not a coffee expert. I'm a bit of a coffee snob, but I'm not an expert at all, and I think that maybe this machine will get me even more interested in coffee content online, because there's a few people that people have recommended that are like really knowledgeable about coffee. So first and foremost, it makes great coffee. Obviously you need a good grinder. This is still quite a good grinder, and you need good beans. because you can't make good coffee without those two elements as well.
Yeah.
We have a subscription that we've been using with our other machine from a company called Kiss the Hippo.
Yeah.
And they send us these, normally they're much bigger bags. I don't know why the recent delivery was all these smaller bags. But so that's what we use in the machine. Secondly, you obviously like your coffee with milk. The last machine we had, the milk frother was a bit iffy, so we ended up finding ourselves always using a separate milk frother.
Yeah.
And I think for hot chocolates and stuff, we would always use the velvetizer. But I think it's great that this milk frother is really, we've not tried it yet, but it's really well reviewed.
Yeah.
There is a bit more of an art to frothing milk with one of these.
Yeah, definitely. But we kind of learned that in the last machine, what to do, didn't we?
Yeah, and I think we'll learn it. Then there's the whole sort of art of making a coffee. We were just watching a YouTube channel, weren't we?
Yeah.
Where the guy was talking about, you know, these are timeless machines. They're updating them, and obviously this is a new design in the colour and the walnut finish.
So beautiful.
But in terms of the actual design of the machine and how it functions, I don't believe anything's changed in a long time.
No.
Right, we're going to give this a go. This is my first time using it.
I have to say, it took a good 5 minutes to warm up, to heat up.
Yes.
So I'm gonna be the devil on the shoulder here, because I'm really happy to have this machine, but I have always loved Nespresso, and I'm going to compare, because let's be totally honest, this is a super expensive machine, right?
Yeah.
This is, as you say, this is the Rolls Royce of coffee machines, and I think what I'm going to show is that, like, there are obviously a lot of benefits to an espresso machine.
Definitely. Like, even straight off the bat, say we've got guests staying and someone beats us down here.
Yeah.
If you're not familiar, not just La Marzocco, even the DeLonghi we had before,
yeah,
where it's bean to cup, but it's not bean to cup, because you have machines that are bean to cup that actually grind the coffee for you,
yeah,
and then make you the coffee.
Like that massive one we had in Clapham.
And personally, just personal opinion, they are the worst machine of the lot, in my opinion, because they just don't achieve a nice coffee. We tried it, we had it for a year,
yeah,
it doesn't work. I preferred an espresso, which were far smaller,
yeah,
to that kind of coffee.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, if you drink your coffee straight in an espresso form,
yeah,
beans are always going to be better than an espresso. I still love an espresso, and we have it in hotels, and I'm always happy to have it. But this is much better. It's thicker, there's more body to the coffee, there's more crema. It's honestly like comparing a good champagne to a Prosecco. They're both good, but you know the difference.
Yeah.
With your coffee, this will be interesting, because with your coffee, the milk side of things, I think I need to start making this coffee, by the way, because the pressure's built up.
Yeah.
So
this only dribbles on one side.
I don't know if I've done this particularly right. Let's see.
This is literally our first time doing this, so we shall see. Looks quite watery.
Well, I don't know how you're meant to know when to stop, because that's
when it's the size that you want it, I guess.
Yeah. And then this is. Tell you what, let's try the steamer while it's all heating up. I mean, that still looks very, very good, and that's without any sort of weighing up of anything. Let's give this a go. It feels a lot more powerful than what we had before.
Really?
Yeah. I think it's about where you position the nozzle. I think you're meant to create like a vortex like that almost.
So Charlie has frothed the milk, bearing in mind this is oat milk, and
this is also the first
quite
time we've ever
literally,
used this.
yeah.
No, see, that's not done a very good job. It's okay, but it's not done the best job.
Well, for your first attempt, like these
Obviously,
machines,
I'm
people
not...
literally have days of training to use machines like this.
True, and to be clear, I have no time for latte art. I'm never going to get into that.
I want a sausage dog on my morning.
Well, no, because you have sugar as well, so I always think, well...
There's no point in doing latte art for me.
Yeah, look, I think in short, what I would say to anyone is, like, an espresso is an entry-level product, both in price and ease of use.
Yes.
I have nothing against espresso machines. We've put them in the cottage for that reason. We have a higher quality machine now that we could put in the cottage, but it's so confusing to use.
Yeah.
And Nespresso have just done so well with the ease of it. You put the capsule in, you press one of 3 buttons normally.
Well, this one, you don't even press a button, because it's all about the capsule, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, this is it. First of all, this is an entirely honest review.
Yeah.
My honest feedback on these machines, I love the old school pod machines.
I do.
And for the honest feedback, which you won't always hear from people if they're being sponsored by Nespresso, is this: Nespresso are an amazing company. However, it's because their patent on the previous pod expired. So now you'll see loads of other companies create the pods, whether they're compostable, whether they're higher quality coffee, they're more premium. So you go to the supermarket and there's like 10 types of pods, and Nespresso now aren't the only port of call for that.
Yeah.
So what they've done,
Very
cleverly,
clever.
is come up with a whole new pod design, which looks like this.
This vlog is going to be lifting the lid on the world of coffee.
Lifting the lid. And it's a genius idea, because what you do, how do you open this one? Do you just press it? Our one has a sensor, the other one. It's probably not turned on. So with this one, the size of your pod determines the size of the coffee you get.
Yeah.
Now, I get the idea, it's very clever, but what is annoying is what that means is we've had situations where we've run out of the coffee pod I like, but we've only got the longer ones.
And it always makes
a long coffee.
Yeah.
Whereas with the previous Nespresso model, any capsule makes any length of coffee.
I think what Nespresso have done, like, I'm team Nespresso in this conversation. I think what Nespresso have done is they've recognized that certain types of coffee work better for certain types of drinks. So Bianco Forte, like, obviously even by the branding of this box, this looks like
a longer coffee.
Yeah, it's a longer coffee. It's 230 ml. It's designed to be had with milk. So they purposely make it a long one, whereas with the double espresso Scuro, they know that this one is a better capsule as a short coffee, so they're almost taking all the guesswork out of it. But then on the side of that machine, if you are a real coffee lover and you want to really be able to, you know, control everything, then yes. But if, like me, you just want a bloody good oat milk latte and you want it to be done quickly and easily, that's where this is good. So if you put that pod in, so that's going to be for your kind of coffee.
Yeah, so then obviously we close it.
I think we need to put a cup in it. Oh my god.
I think I need to maybe turn this off, because I think what happens is it builds pressure. Do you know what? I'm going to make myself another coffee.
You make yourself an espresso, I'll make you an espresso, and then I'll make myself an oat milk latte in the Nespresso machine, and then we can both honestly review our favourite coffee types from each machine. I'm going to pop, I think you literally just, oh, where did it go? Oh my god, it's gone. Right. Come back. So all you have to do with this one is pop the lid down. Oh my gosh. It does sound like a hedge trimmer. Press the button on the top, and then I think it reads the capsule and makes your coffee.
I mean, what you can do is you can move this up.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, which is quite nifty.
That's
so
clever.
It should be nearer, but I mean, you know when they talk about starting your day right, do you really want to start your day with that sight? Or do you want to start your day with it just sort of like gliding out of Marzocco? I think my biggest issue with this machine, even before we taste the coffee, is what it looks like. It looks like something you'd see in a business lounge at an airport.
That's
or on
true.
an airplane.
Or in a hotel room.
There's no just like we're being brutal in this. We're being honest. This video, we have to be entirely no holes barred, and
is that the expression?
No holes barred, I think it is. Or if I combine two, that's quite a fun dinner party game.
We always play that with Freddie.
Yeah, I mean, look, there's absolutely no crema on that.
Okay, well, you make your espresso, darling, and then let's do the taste test. Okay, so first off the bat, I have to explain that this is not a particularly fair experiment because we have not had much time to play around with the La Marzocco, these two being the La Marzoccos and these two being the Nespressos. As Charlie was just getting a little bit upset about, because obviously he wants La Marzocco to win the competition.
Oh no, it's just not a fair competition because you've waited ages.
Yeah.
So the milk froth's gone. So
it's true.
Kind of, it's like, it's not valid.
It's
anyway,
true.
I think that I made my point, look.
Okay,
so
so
if you compare the Nespresso double espresso to the La Marzocco.
I mean, that looks amazing. That does look incredible.
Now,
that looks even creamier than this, but I think we definitely need to work and practice on the milk frother of the La Marzocco.
What I would say, the fair bit that is a fair experiment, to be fair, is that this bit's fairly easy to create on a La Marzocco.
Yeah.
This, with the milk frothing, is not that easy.
Yeah.
So that's going to take a lot more work. For someone that is in a rush and that hasn't got the patience to learn how to do it, look, you created that just with this and this.
Yes.
So you know, and also, to be honest, you could buy 10 Nespresso machines for one La Marzocco.
Yeah, and I think even more actually. I think it's more than 10 times the price.
So,
but if I was to add a little bit of the Nespresso frothed oat milk to the La Marzocco, that would make it a slightly fairer experiment. I have to say the Nespresso milk frothers are really, really good, and I like an extremely frothy coffee just like this one, so I would still keep this in the cupboard. I also don't particularly like to stand around with the milk frothing cup, and it's quite noisy, so in the mornings that's just a really easy way of doing it. So lots of things to consider, but now, as you can see, Charlie and I have a lot of coffee to consume, so it's time to do the taste test. Okay, your first sip of La Marzocco.
So one thing I've got slightly wrong straight away, temperature. It's too hot.
It's too hot.
The temperature gauge I need to lower.
Right.
That is very hot.
I can see it steaming away.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's not necessarily a bad thing, because sometimes I'll make a coffee and then I'll end up getting distracted by a postman or a phone call, and then, so you need it, you want it to stay warm.
Yeah. How's it taste?
Yeah, really good. Really good. Not perfect, but then that's literally the first time we've used that machine.
Yeah.
That machine arrived, what, 2 hours ago?
Yeah.
So,
whereas in espresso, there's nothing to learn.
And look, for us at where we're at in life with this house, I think, for me, what the machine looks like on the side is far more important than it ever was before. Because you can spend all that money on a kitchen and interiors and then put what could be quite an unattractive machine on the side.
Yeah.
In the form of an espresso.
Can I just say, if you can hear a scratching noise in the background, he'll stop because he gets really embarrassed. You, my dig, we know what you're doing. You funny boy.
Has he stopped?
Yeah. Can I try it? I don't normally like espresso.
Yeah, it's quite hot.
Bloody hell. Oh gosh, I can't actually drink that. It's so bitter. And although it doesn't look as appetizing, would you like to just try your espresso?
Yeah.
We couldn't even do a blind taste test because they look completely different. Speechless.
And I need to caveat this machine, if you like, so if you're on a budget and it's your first coffee machine, Nespresso's normal little Krups machine that's like this big and it's like 80 quid makes great espressos. And to be honest, I would like to get one of those to take with us when we go abroad, because sometimes hotels don't have the machine in your room and it's nice to get a coffee. Okay, I have got my 2 oat milk lattes in front of me, the La Marzocco and the absolutely ginormous Nespresso. I feel like I know what the Nespresso one's going to taste like, and as I've said, I do love them. But also, one other thing that makes this not a fair test on the side of the La Marzocco is that I used Oatly barista milk in the La Marzocco and Rude Health barista milk in my Nespresso because we ran out, and there's no comparison. There's absolutely no comparison. The Rude Health one is nowhere near as good as the Oatly one. And I know that if this had Oatly, this would be a very good oat milk latte. But I have to say, actually, that's not very strong. That is not strong at all. And now let's try the La Marzocco. Oh my god, Charlie, that is so good. What is? My one. Yeah.
That is actually amazing.
Really?
Yeah.
And we've not even used it. We don't even know how to use it yet. I know I'm biased, and I'm going to keep saying it. Like, I still really like that Krups little Nespresso machine that you gave to your brother. It's like this big, doesn't have a milk froth or anything, and it just uses the normal little pods, and that's a brilliant coffee machine. And I would recommend anyone get that if they want to get their own coffee machine on a budget. What I would say is I'll do a video at some point with you on, because I've got a La Pavoni, which it also has all this beautiful detailing, and I kind of view it as like the entry-level beautiful machine, because it's 500 quid.
Oh my god, we've gone through so many coffee machines.
Well, I've still got it.
Years.
I've still got it, and if we have more space, if we didn't have a Thermomix, which obviously we adore, and do you know what? There was a time where I thought, because look, we adore Thermomix, but it isn't an attractive machine. There's no debating. It doesn't look nice on the side. And I did think that is a pantry / scullery, and you know what the definition of a scullery is? Scullery was like a side kitchen to a country house where all the messy stuff happened.
Right.
And I kind of feel like the Thermomix should almost live through there. But the problem is then it's too far if you're using it regularly like we do. For a Sunday roast, we'd have to bring it out. Yeah. Because we use it a lot for a Sunday roast. But it does, you know, if we love Thermomix, we've worked with Thermomix, I would just love them to get hold of a product designer that could do something like this.
Yeah.
You know, get Steve Jobs, rest in peace, or someone good on product design. Someone from Dyson or something.
Very futuristic, which doesn't work in a lot of homes.
I don't think that looks good in anyone's home. And look, this is just the honest feedback. Same with this actually. This now looks really out of place, doesn't it? But yeah, now Marzocco, win-win. Okay.
So after my slurp test, my oat milk latte, as I said, many variables that do not make this a fair test. First time we tried the La Marzocco, this has got an oat milk that I don't like as much, but I have to just say hats off to La Marzocco. This is, even though it's stronger, it's actually stronger than what I would like, because I actually like quite a mild coffee. I can actually taste the quality of the coffee in this. It tastes like a creamy coffee. I think Charlie knows that I'm quite particular, even though I'm not a coffee expert, I am quite particular with the beans. And I think the beans that are in our grinder right now are actually the beans that I don't like as much, because they are quite strong and bitter.
You are right though, they're not the ones you love.
Yeah.
Because we ran out, so I got some from Soho Farmhouse.
Right.
So they're a brand called Has Been, which I thought was an awesome name. So it's
Oh, I get it, yeah.
Bean, Has Been.
Very clever.
Name for coffee.
But we do need to keep a note out for the ones that I do like.
No, the ones you like are this one. It's called the George Street Blend.
Right.
And it's this one here.
So I reckon if we made a George Street blend with not Rude Health, Oatly Barista, that would be my perfect coffee.
Yeah, I think so.
Ease of making it, obviously the Nespresso wins because that was so easy and it did froth better, but give us time, I'm sure we'll learn how to use the frother of the La Marzocco. But
the other thing I would say is also if you've got a small kitchen, Nespresso wins.
Yeah.
And if you are someone that rushes in the morning,
yeah,
we get up early.
That what you just did is a ritual. You have to really savor the
But there is
experience.
actually a lot of research to say you shouldn't have a coffee straight away when you get up. You should have a glass of water, let your let everything sort of wake up, and then have it like just before a workout or just before leaving for work.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing to bear in mind. Obviously, this machine is a huge investment. Like we really thought about it, didn't we, as to whether we could afford to get it. But then we were like, hang on, we work from home at the moment every day. Like on an average week, we work from home 3 or 4 days a week. We are 20 minutes from a good coffee shop. So for us, where we live, this makes sense. If you live in London, even if you can justify this purchase, I say the jury is still out, having only just received it, as to whether it's worthwhile.
Yeah.
Because if you've got great coffee shops on your doorstep...
That's very true. Like in Clapham, there were some really good coffee places, and you have to drink a hell of a lot of coffee to make up the cost of that.
The money of this is like 3 years worth of coffee or something.
More. You don't... I mean, okay, if you...
Coffee a day, so 365 days a year, or let's say you drink coffee a day for 300 days a year.
Let's say you sit in a cafe and you have 2 coffees a day, but 5 days a week.
It's 5 years actually. I've just done the maths in my head. 1 coffee a day.
5 years, and you get that machine.
But
living out here, we don't have access to cafes like that.
No, and this is our office, so this is as much us buying a machine for our office as it is our home. And I think also what's important is we have people coming here for meetings, so it's quite nice to be able to offer them a near coffee shop level. To be honest, that will be a coffee shop level coffee by the time we're used to it.
Maybe we could open a coffee shop and...
Someone just messaged me actually, because they know we had a Pavoni, and then obviously we had the
DeLonghi.
Sage one, the DeLonghi one. And the DeLonghi machine we had before this, like, it was, I think it retailed about £700 or £800, which is an investment still, but when you consider if you use it every day, that was a good machine. The only issue I had with that DeLonghi machine, milk frother wasn't great, and this feels far more powerful, and it didn't look nice.
It did not look nice, no.
So that's the thing.
That is the best looking coffee machine I've ever seen, without doubt.
It's definitely up there.
And as with everything...
We've got green tiles and then all this tidied up.
As with everything, I know some people are going to Google it and they're going to see how much this is and they're going to think we're absolute maniacs. But at the same time, you know, there are loads of different categories with cars, there are loads of different categories with handbags, there are loads of different categories with every single thing in life. And it's about your priorities. And for you in particular, Charlie, coffee is like your ritual. You don't drink alcohol.
I save that amount more than that amount a year for not drinking alcohol.
Yeah, exactly.
So that, to be honest, I would go out on a Thursday, Friday and a Saturday night when I used to drink.
Yeah.
With friends, with yourself, with work friends, and spend probably easily £100 a night purely on alcohol, not just for myself but for others. But you know, so it is big for us. But I think my recommendation to anyone that wants, I mean, look, we're not experts. Like anything we create content for, I feel like we love learning with our audiences. We're not pretending to be experts in any of these fields, but
sharing our opinion.
But I would say that, I mean, look, ultimately my advice would be, if you're going to get an entry-level product, get the original Nespresso with the original pods. I don't think these pods are that good. Honest advice. Simple as that.
Yeah.
Because also, when you get a coffee machine at home, it's as much for people, I think, that visit your house as it is for you. And the other machine gives you much more flexibility in different types of coffee. If you're interested in something a bit more like a conversation starter and a bit more experimental, the La Pavoni is amazing, but it's primarily for short coffees. And then if you're someone that wants something near coffee shop level, the DeLonghi. I don't think we can wholeheartedly recommend this as a purchase for the amount as of yet. That was a lovely experience, but it is an enormous amount of money to spend on a machine.
It is.
That is our coffee machine review. Take one.
Today really is the day of exciting deliveries. This has just arrived from Alex Monroe, which is such a beautiful jewellery brand. You'll have seen me wearing lots of their pieces, and this is their new collection, which is inspired by one of Alex Monroe's favourite stories, which are the fables, Aesop's fables. And because this links back to ancient Greece, they have also sent over a hamper of Greek produce for us to enjoy, which is so lovely. But first, let me show you this beautiful bracelet from their new collection. Yes, I'm wearing my super fluffy slippers. These are from Nice Cream. I'll try and leave these linked down below as well. But look at this. Oh my gosh, their pieces are always so unusual, such intricate designs. This almost looks, now I bet my camera is not going to enjoy focusing on this. There we go. This almost looks like the kind of ancient Greek floral head garment that they would wear. It's giving me those kinds of vibes. But it is in fact just a delicate bracelet, and you can see it's on a little bit of a hinge, so it should fit really beautifully. So I'm going to pop that one on. Aha, this is the lookbook. I didn't know if it might have been, oh it is as well. How they've got their inspiration from Aesop's fables, vine leaf stud earrings, overgrown column ring. Oh yeah, of course, now that I look at this again, this is kind of ridged like a Greek column. Beautiful. Some of their iconic animal charms, and what a lovely way to celebrate it. Well, fully caffeinated up, Charlie and I have hit the road. It was sunny when we left home, but it's starting to get a bit overcast now. But we are on a little bit of an antique stroll. We are going to pop to one that we haven't been to in quite some time, which is Setu. It's a really nice one where they, the couple that own Setu, they often go over to France and they bring a load of bits and bobs back.
They remind, really good eye. They massively remind me of Dick and Angel from Escape to the Chateau. Yeah. And the two of them are just such characters. Yeah. You know, I mean that in the nicest way, and they're so hardworking as well. They like live and breathe their shop, don't they? Absolutely.
So we're going to pop in there and see if they've got any nice little gems, and then I think we're going to, oh it's a different way, and then I think we're going to head into Daylesford on the way home. They had their autumn fair last weekend while we were in Norfolk, and obviously we were gutted to miss it.
20,000 people
That's
apparently on 2 days descended on Daylesford.
That is insane. Would have been very busy. So I think they've probably still got a few of their like autumnal displays up, and I've seen that they've got loads of pumpkin and squash out the front. So we're gonna have a little mooch around there, and then it's back home for pizza making.
Oh, you're hidden. We'll pop it. We'll be in 2 seconds.
That's beautiful. That'll look great with hydrangeas in. So this is the cafe display section at the back of Setu. We've not been here since it's been officially open, but this is such a good idea. They've got some glass in a picture frame as the COVID protector for the cakes. That sounds delicious. Coffee and walnut, lime and courgette. And you might be able to spot in the back there, they've also got a La Marzocco coffee machine here, an industrial version. I think this might actually be where Charlie first experienced a La Marzocco coffee. But it just looks fantastic. This is like their little back area. You can obviously grab a coffee, sit down, bring your laptop, do some work. Such a nice bright space with a reclaimed wood in the background. We've got a little courtyard out here as well. After a successful loot at Setu, we thought we might as well pop into Station Mill on our way to Daylesford. Let's see if luck will strike us twice. They'd be quite good for wreath making, wouldn't they? Charlie is a little bit obsessed with these wheat stores today, aren't you, darling?
Yeah.
As a plant pot.
So basically, for indoors, not just for our house but for the cottage, they make a good thing for a number of things. You can stick kindling in them.
Yeah.
Obviously what we do is we remove this, which is what we did before, so they become an entire bucket.
Yeah.
Or house plants.
That's a good idea.
And they're really lovely quality wood, and I just think they're quite medieval looking and quite rustic.
You find lots of them around in the Cotswolds, don't you?
Well, they are in short supply, but online they go for hundreds. Like that's 65, and it comes with this, which is quite nifty.
Oh,
Use
that's
that for your
good.
compost.
Yeah,
So,
good actually.
You know, when I see them, and with the knowledge that we've got plans for other things in the making, stay tuned. When I see them, I just think, no, they're too good to not survive.
They've even got an old Dior jewellery cabinet in here. I guess they probably would have had jewellery on display. How do you get inside? You have to look closely in every corner in these places. There's always treasure to be found if you're looking for some nice prints.
Something about this that I quite like. I don't know what you'd use it for.
I'm sure you'd find a use time.
Treats.
Dog treats. Yep.
I'm not being funny, but actually that would be nicer to keep the dog food in than what we've currently got, which is...
Yeah, that's true. And we've arrived to our final port of call for the day, Daylesford, and Charlie and I are being haunted by this kind of defender. There was one parked up by where I got my nails done yesterday, and it was exactly what we've been after, but unfortunately it had already just been sold. And now we just keep seeing them everywhere. So beautiful. So we're popping into the garden centre first. I can see they've got a pumpkin display.
I was thinking...
And the fire lit.
I might get one of these, you know how I change it up?
Oh, it looks lovely with the fairy lights lit. See, this table in front, I could definitely do like an autumn display. Look, with the pumpkins and the trugs. I could do something like that in our entrance hall. They've had a real harvest makeover in here. I guess all these pumpkins are from the Harvest Festival. Some real gnarly ones. It's a beautiful colour, isn't it? I saw it last time and thought it was quite a good price as well. Look at this strange little item. This looks so nice with all the pumpkins and gauze, doesn't it? If you're looking to dry hydrangeas, you should always try to get the deepest colour ones possible. They tend to dry out a little bit better. I mean, these are quite extortionate. I think it says, yeah, £16. But considering they're going to be our decoration all throughout autumn, winter, it's a price I'm just going to have to pay. There's lots of more autumnal bits here that hopefully will dry out really nicely.
These, they're like wax jacket. Cool, right?
Yeah, really need one.
Get one. No.
A garden centre haul from Daylesford. We've got some nice hydrangeas that I'll dry out and some little bits for an autumn display. I know, and it's such a nice colour. It's like a mustard brown.
Good evening. getting this shot, mate, with the gourds.
This is what happens when Charlie and I go out and plan to not buy anything. Oh my goodness.
A lot of it's for the cottage though, so business. So tax man, a lot of that's getting expensive.
So Charlie and I have had several people actually tell us about this place. It's a pop-up called Pit Kitchen. It's an East London food, pop-up, and they've come to the Cotswolds.
Guess what? I'm wearing my coolest trainers. We're all good.
We're going to fit in.
East London.
And we actually totally forgot about it, but then we drove past the sign. Oh, here's another Defender. They are literally haunting us. Exactly the same kind. And basically it's a pop-up, but tomorrow, I think it's been here all summer, but I think tomorrow is their last day. So at least we're getting to experience it, and I think they've completely smashed it. So hopefully they'll be back next year, but I think it's just like,
everything's cooked over charcoal,
Turkish.
isn't it?
Yeah.
But because Pit and Q restaurant, it's all about the whole concept of like.
Oh, is it a restaurant?
Well, no, but what I mean is, I think the word pit is literally like refers to cooking over charcoal, fire pit sort of vibe.
Yeah.
So everything will be cooked over charcoal, I think. But you said it was like shawarmas and stuff, which is that more Mediterranean? Is that Israeli or
Turkish? Yeah. Turkish. Anyway, we're about to find out. So I wasn't quite prepared for the walk, but luckily I'm wearing flats, but you park down there and then trek up the top of the hill. Ooh, minding the sheep poo.
Oh.
Charlie's just doing a little bit of research. Sunset as well. And we are home again after an epic dinner up at the Pit Kitchen. I'm a bit gutted that it's last day today, but then it'll be worth the wait when it comes back in April next year. I've got straight into my pajamas, had to get out of my super smoky clothes because I was very, very smoke infused, let's just say. But I wanted to quickly show you, before we move all this around the house, our antiques haul. I'm not going to go through everything, I'll probably do that in the morning, but I have quickly popped the hydrangeas from Daylesford into this vase with just about like this much water at the bottom, and then hopefully they'll dry out nicely. I can't actually remember what these are called, but again, I'm hoping they're going to dry out beautifully. Doesn't it look festive? And then the snowberries, a selection of gourds and they're actually bright orange flowers in this little basket. I'm going to make this area look all pretty tomorrow, inspired by that area at Daylesford. This is something that I picked up at the Antiques Centre. It's a baby version of my trug. I actually thought it'd be really cute for any small people that come and help us with gardening, my brother's children, for example, but I think for now it's also going to be great for this flower display. And then over here, a little sneak peek at some of the antiques. These are actually, I think they're for sieving soil, but I thought they'd look great for our pumpkin display that I'll do out the front of the house probably next week. This is actually one of my favourite finds. It is this tray, and Seedling Trays are fantastic because when you need everything to get some sunshine, you can just take the whole tray out, and it contains 20 really old terracotta plant pots, which will be fantastic for next year. We got this little collection of books because they all say Dickens on them, obviously probably Charles Dickens. We got this lamp stand, yeah, lots of different containers, but I will go through this properly with you in the morning. But for now, Charlie and I are going to watch, I think we're going to start making our way through Daniel Craig's Bond films. Good morning, my darlings. It's now Sunday morning. It's a beautiful day and we've got a really fun day planned. So we are just about to hit the road to head to Blenheim Palace, which is about half an hour away from us. and it is full gang today. So we've got Charlie's sister who came to our house last night. She's coming with us, my brother, my mum, and my brother's 4 little boys, because today is the autumn fair, one of the days of the autumn fair. I think by the time you watch this, still the weekend coming is another version of today, so you can still go. And there's gonna be like straw bale hedge mazes with dragons, pumpkin races, I don't know, food trucks. It looks like a very wholesome day basically, so that is where we're heading. And then when we get home, I'm going to sort out my autumn display, and I promise I'll go through the antiques with you, show you what we've got. Yeah, just so many lovely autumnal bits here. I hope the other wreath might arrive today or tomorrow as well, because then I might hang something on the door so that that looks lovely. But everyone's in the car, it's time to go. What are you excited to find, Austin? Turn around and tell me.
Dragon.
Dragon.
Which way are we going? And also you're doing nice to.
So our first port of call is the Dragon Maze. That's what the boys are most excited about. We've managed to find our way up to the top of the bridge area. So we're seeing if we can spot where the dragons are.
They're not gonna find us.
Brandon.
So there's a load of food stalls over here, and I have gone for nachos with pulled pork and a broccoli and blue cheese mac and cheese. Skazwan has got bacon. Oh my gosh, that actually looks like really good bacon. Making my mouth water.
These are blind, which is why they're out during the day, because they don't appreciate whether or not you're doing all right.
You silly little sausage.
Sorry? Blind. No, what it means is they only come out at night.
Watch out, there's one.
Total mess. Total mess.
Oh, you got it! Oh my god, you got 2! Go on then, Char, show us how it's done. Epic fail. Well done. Hey! 2 out of 3, not bad.
With your arm. Practice one. Practice one. What are you going to do? Stop. Go on.
Yeah, well done, Austin. Wow, well done.
5 minutes.
Yay! You're good at this, Austin. Woo! Well done. Go right there.
Yeah, I was just enjoying a bit of me time, bit chill out, escape all the pressures of modern life.
Just got back home and I thought I would show you Lala's gravel garden process. Would you like to introduce us to your little garden area? Obviously it's not done, obviously.
Welcome to my gravel garden.
Wonderful. What made you choose a gravel garden?
For ease,
Yes.
I think it will go well with property.
Yes. It'll be quite easy maintenance.
Easy maintenance, and
Yeah.
also a place to follow the sun. Or
That's
the shade
very
around
true.
Season. So,
Right.
stepping stones in
Yes.
along here. Gravel. Planting area.
So It's a lovely little area.
It is actually, and it's usually once the sun comes through the trees there, it's just a lovely place to sit.
Yeah.
So then here, we're having fencing all around the concrete base to hide the tank, but it will also give me some storage.
Fantastic.
And then this is all gravel round the slab.
Yeah.
Lovely big planting swathe here.
That'll look great.
Continuing round.
Where's the swimming pool going?
In the middle, darling. And then this is going to be just a gravel area as well, because otherwise it's too much patio and pavement.
Yeah.
So this will be just gravel, but they are going to probably have a couple of little planting pockets.
It's going to look amazing. It's quite nice that you've got the woodshed in here as well.
It is, and the gates now opening outwards means that you haven't got to work round a chicane to get the wheelbarrow in.
Come down into the very overgrown garden area to do a little bit of wholesome flower picking. And I actually really like to create displays with the flower from carrots, which is this one here, because it's got quite a stiff stalk, so it creates a really nice structure. So I'm going to do a little bit of snipping of these bits. The salad bits that I got from Delsford a couple of weeks ago, they are doing quite well down here. But what is doing exceptionally well is my pumpkin turning orange. The leaves are all starting to die back now, which is what happens on pumpkin patches. That one's starting to turn orange. In here as well, and another courgette update. It is just absolutely ridiculous. Can you see it hidden under there? My monstrosity of a ginormous courgette. Some good sized ones in there as well, and my tromboncini is also just ginormous. Butternut squash looking good over here. Probably be able to harvest that soon. It's all looking lovely. And Scarlett and I are going to make some flower displays and do a little mini apple harvest. Golden hour of the day, Scarlett has found a basket and we're just going to pick some apples to make a nice apple pie for after our roast later. I think, yeah, the bigger ones. Yeah, they're all eating apples, so wholesome.
God, what's that program called? Where you're on an island.
Bear Grylls?
Yes, no, you like shake the tree.
Puppy dogs are having their afternoon snack. One of our 5-a-days apples, fresh from the garden. We're licking our lips for some more, please, Auntie Scarlett.
Yes.
Yes, please. And while Scarlett is serving the doggies, I've just been getting all the ingredients ready. We're going to try the Thermomix apple crumble cake. Excuse the flour on my phone. So we've got plain flour, self-raising flour, some apples. We've got loads more over there if we need them. Eggs, butter, and sugar. It's certainly not a healthy recipe, but apparently it's only going to take us 20 minutes. So let's give it a go. And just before we get carried away doing that, I have promised you that I would go through the antiques that we purchased. So as you can see down here, first of all, we've got the 2 grain buckets. As Charlie said, they're fantastic for plant pots, and you can just get, well, you could do it yourself, but we ask our carpenters, who are always here helping us, to just get rid of the metal bars in the middle. These 2 sieve-like items we're going to use as part of our autumnal display. And then, what have we got in here? I don't know what. Oh, that's quite heavy. Okay, I've just undone some of the ceramic items that were all carefully wrapped up in tissue paper, and I believe all of these were from Setu Interiors. We thought that these would make really nice bud vases, especially with slightly more autumnal coloured flowers in them. Bud vases are really great, especially if you've got a bouquet and there's only a few bits that are left alive. The rest of them have slightly died off, and you can just pick out the bits that are still looking good and spread them around in bud vases. They look particularly good if you have a little trio of them. This one I might use on my autumn table. So these are the decorative, is it cabbages or ornamental brassica? Yeah, so I might pop those in there. I'll just plant, in fact, you know what, that looks fine just as it is. Just that we're not seeing any plastic pots. So I need to find another ceramic plant pot for the lower down purple one. This I'm so happy with. It was expensive, I think it was like £70, but as I was saying earlier in the video, it's so useful to be able to have a tray that you can just lift them all out, get them all in the sunshine or out in the fresh air, out of your greenhouse, and it's just very visual having them all like this. And considering they're so old, you wouldn't believe how expensive old terracotta plant pots are. So it's great to have a full collection there. And then this giant trunk is something that Charlie couldn't resist in Station Mill. I think we might use it for logs. And I'm not sure if I've even shown you our new log basket, which was an online, I think an Instagram antique find that Charlie discovered. And the funny thing is, it's got CM written there, and Charlie's initials are CMI. It's an old champagne crate, so I think I might paint an eye on there, and then it's going to be personalised for Charlie. Before too long, we are taking out this stove and putting the old fire grate back in there, so that'll look super. And then back to this wooden crate. We will probably use it for firewood, maybe in the cottage or as another fireplace. Charlie's got this as an umbrella stand. I don't know what it was originally used for. And then I actually didn't see him picking this up, but here we've got a really old bucket. Things like this just have so much character. And then it looks like we've got, oh, this was from Station Mill. I really love this. Again, that's gonna look fantastic with some flowers in. I might even take that into the kitchen and do another autumnal flower display in that. I love that it's terracotta and then you've got this green rustic top, which is beautiful. And here's a little tip if you guys ever come to this area. The buyers at Daylesford often go to Station Mill and Setu and buy things from there and then add crazy prices on. I paid £20 for that, and you can guarantee if I purchased that from Daylesford, it would have been around £80. So you just have to use your imagination, but you can pick up some real gems at Station Mill. I'll leave it linked down below if they even have a website, but it's Station Mill Antiques in Chipping, Norton. Worth a visit. And then again for our fires, we found this. Oh no, I think we decided we were going to use this as a compost shovel. You know, why would you buy a modern plastic one when you can buy a nice antique one, more rustic for in the greenhouse, which I don't currently have, never mind. A fire puffer, I'm sure it's got an official name, but when we were at Straw Top, I literally had my face in the fire blowing at it, so I thought that would be really, really useful. Again, that was around £20, bargain. And the last thing in here, I mean, essentially this is obviously an old drawer from an old unit, but I think Charlie decided he wanted to put the TV remotes or the matches and the fire lighters in here. Just nice to collect bits like that. What else do we have? A galvanized tub, not sure what he's going to use that for. And then we've got another really nice ceramic item there. These dried flowers came from Sophie Allport, which is really lovely, so things like that just look beautiful together. And then this is an old, do you know what, I have no idea what this would have been originally used for, but it's kind of like a leather bucket with a little hat on it. It's very rugged, but Charlie just fell in love with it, so there we go. That is our little, not so little actually, antiques haul, and you can see my vision coming to life on this table. I just need to do a little bit of styling. Tough day under Scarlett. So with Scarlett's assistance, I say with Scarlett's assistance, this is mostly Scarlett's doing, we have got the first stage of the crumble and the sugar and something else coated. What else is on the apples?
Lemon juice.
Lemon juice and Demerara sugar coated apples. You can just see Dexy's bottom in the corner there. He's sunbathing in the doorway. Such a glorious afternoon. Okay, and next I think we're doing the rest of the crumble. So 100 grams of granulated sugar. we go. The crumble is ready to go in the oven. We're going to use the oven so the temperature's a bit more regular, but it's got the crumble and some more flaked almonds on top, and as you might have seen, Scarlett poured in like a batter on the bottom, so it's actually going to be like an apple crumble cake, so it sounds delicious. Time to pop it in the oven for about half an hour, and then we'll heat it through again once we get back from our Sunday roast to enjoy. Well, here is phase one. I don't think I'm quite finished because I think it needs a little bit more, I think it needs a bit more foliage actually. Trying to do things like this myself makes me really appreciate the skill and the visual merchandising talent that goes into the displays at Daylesford, which you'll have seen earlier in the vlog. But I am quite pleased with how this is looking so far. It just kind of looks like I've plonked a load of stuff together, which is quite literally what I've done, but I do need to add, I think some ferns in there will make it a little bit more natural, but it looks nice with the additions of the little plant pots and the terracotta little vases. Some of the pumpkins I did get from Daylesford, and some are from the pumpkin patch at the Glebe farm, which is really close to our house. Again, if you do happen to be coming to the area over the next few weeks, check out Glebe farm. I think they're Glebe farm sunflowers on Instagram, because their pumpkin patch is going to be really lovely, and they always make some nice photo spots, and it's a little bit less popular than other nearby ones. But yeah, I really like how this looks with the flowers in the wicker basket. We've got more terracotta pots, some rather gnarly looking pumpkins, but honestly my favourite part is this little tiny trug which I got from Station Mill. I've just popped a hessian ribbon in there just to add a bit more texture. Some of the very gnarly pumpkins, and yeah, it does look good. I don't think it's finished. I think I do need to add a few more details, but for my first attempt at a harvest table in our entrance hall, I think it looks rather lovely. So Charlie has just transferred these flowers, which were in a plain glass vase, into the new terracotta one. These were the leftovers from my Freddy's Flowers bouquet from 2 weeks ago. Lots of these last really well. We've got sedums, and these look like mini dahlias. They're definitely not, but they look like mini dahlias, and I can't remember the names of these either, but they look so nice in this terracotta and green vase. I think this is one of my favourite little finds from our latest antiques haul. What are you busy doing out here, darling?
So we've got these lovely indoor plants.
Yeah.
That we bought from Patch, but after a while they do actually need repotting.
Right.
Like any plant. So I got some indoor plant compost from Amazon.
Yeah.
And a new plastic pot. And it still fits within the, well, I'll take you through now, I'll show you what I mean.
In the upstairs office?
No, this is the one from the drawing room. But obviously these composts have like a feed in them as well.
Oh, right.
So it just basically gives them the nutrients. Because you've got to remember, these plants survive indoors. They still need nutrients. And then that just goes in there. Like that.
Yeah, that has got quite a lot bigger since you bought it, hasn't it?
Yeah. Well, it's a living thing, isn't it?
So that's actually a good visual of what you're using those grain tubs for.
Yeah, so this is one that we've got.
Dexy, you do take liberties, sir.
And then the idea is one of the ones we bought is going to be replacing this with kindling in.
Okay.
And firelighters. Obviously the wood lives in the basket out there. Because I don't think we need a big pile of wood in here as well.
No.
So then those two would match, because the other one matches that. I'll show you.
Great work.
And then...
Come on, sausage. So the second one is going to be for kindling.
Yeah, so we'll get the metal bit removed.
Yeah.
And then obviously the kindling, firelighters and fire glove will all just live in there so that they're in the room, because obviously we use this fire the least.
Looks good.
That's the idea. Right, Dexy. Yeah.
You have very much got star of the show syndrome. Yes! Come on, big boy. Come on, Hans. That smells amazing. Chef irons.
Is it too
The
big?
lady variety. I would put it on the, not on the wood, on the, yeah. Oh, smells incredible.
Have the dogs had their dinner?
No.
Dinner!
And here is our finished homemade apple crumble cake. It smells delicious. And I think we actually were given this cake stand, bless you, from Charlie's brother George. Is this the one they got from George and Petra?
No, it's not. That's a cottage. This is from Inkuku.
Ah, okay. But it's a really lovely...
It's actually a cheese thing.
Oh, it's for cheese. But we are actually heading to Soho Farmhouse for dinner. So I'm going to pop the lid on. And that is ready for us to enjoy when we get back home. Look at that for timing.
Beautiful.
And with the apples that were left, I have made the world's quickest applesauce. Oh, it smells good. We can make endless applesauce with all the apples that we've got in that garden.
Yum, yum, yum.